Hi guys. You ever wonder like, man, I got this money. I'm making some good money, making what, 15 bucks an hour, and then at the end of the month, you're like, yeah. Oh wait, I got rent. Ah, dude, rent's taking like about half of my money. Like I'm not really making it. And some people are like, you need to have your minimum wage increased. And I was thinking, if minimum wage is increased, my rent's also got to go up too, because then they'll be able to get more money from me. And then like if you have like back in the day, you could have your one bedroom apartment, which would be cool, and then you could have your significant other come over and things would be all right. But now it's like I can't even afford a one bedroom apartment. I gotta like rent a room with somebody else because I had to move out of my parents' house, because moving out of my parents' house is not cool to be in my parents' house. Although the rent wasn't so much money, I could keep more money, but it's just not a cool thing to do, I guess. I don't know. So instead, I just move out and I'm paying for somebody else's lodging. Like they own the place, and I just give them money every month, and then I can't afford to do it. So then I have to have a roommate come in with me, and now we're splitting the place, and we still can't really afford it. So we have another person come in, and they're paying like for one bedroom $1,200. So okay, at $400 a piece, then maybe we can do it. We work several hours or whatnot, just try to get that made up, and then half everything we make is just gone. So I was thinking like, why is rent so much money? And I thought, you know what it is? Is probably the fact is when you play with other people's money, you end up artificially driving up the price of things. So if you go live out in the middle of nowhere, then rent's not so bad. And recently I've looked over Craigslist, looking at all the different places. I've noticed that rent has just been going up exponentially all over the place. And that has to do with property management, because property management knows like how much money they can get, because they call each other and be like, how much did you rip this person off? Well, I ripped him off this much, and I ripped him off this much. And now you end up being like racketeering, but then with property management, it's legal, right? So then like everything, they treat it like a like a real estate market for renters. So they just continue to jack up the rent. So instead of trying to go like, let's get higher minimum wage and make everything else go up anyway, because when you pay somebody more money for something that doesn't actually need to be like, it's kind of a dumb no skill job, but you have to pay them just about as much as you would if they're like a skilled contractor of some sort. Well, that's not really gonna solve your problem with not being able to pay for stuff. So what you have to do is you have to go more like rent control. And not that I advocate government, because I don't. What really the answer is get rid of property management altogether. And if you own more property than you can actually manage yourself, then stop buying it. Stop artificially driving up the price of housing. It's ridiculous. And then when you go with one thing where you go to buy a house from somebody else and you don't have the money, like I don't have $400,000 just on hand to be like, hey, I'm gonna go buy this. It's just not gonna happen. But even if I did, I'm like, I'll buy this out, $400,000, and somebody else was like, well, I'm gonna buy that for $500,000 because it's exactly where I want and all this kind of stuff. And then I have this private entity that I'm gonna borrow money from that's gonna be able to do it, and you're not gonna be able to do it anyway. So you just might as well downsize to something else. But I wouldn't even spend $400,000 on a place, because $400,000 on a house is ridiculous. And some of you guys might be like thinking, no, it's not. That's the going rate. It's a ripoff. It's a ripoff, and the thing is, basically, you're just making the banks more money, and you have to put your money in the bank. Even if you travel in the United States with just having money on you, you're end up getting it stolen by the police anyway. So there's really even no point even saving it, because they're like, that's drug money. Like, really? Can you prove that it's drug money? Well, they don't have to prove that it's drug money. They just go ahead and seize it, and then you have to debate that it's not drug money. So in the war on drugs, get rid of centralized banks, get rid of private banks, copy in North Dakota with a state bank, and then maybe you guys can actually afford to live. Just food for thought.